fragrance gift ideas for women. So, the holidays are just around the corner. Maybe you want to buy some fragrances for the woman in your life. So, there are quite a few options, and you might be wondering, how do I choose one that she'll like? How do I make sure that she won't hate this fragrance? A good thing to do ahead of time is to try to figure out which fragrance she likes, what type, what kind of notes. But if you can't do that, there are some options that are pretty much tried and true and universally liked by most people. And remember, all of the products that I mentioned in this video will be in links down in the description if you're interested. So I'm going to start with one that every single woman I've talked to, and even quite a lot of men, really enjoy, which is La Vie est Belle from Lancôme. This is a classic. This is, again, probably one of the most universally liked fragrances on the market, at least currently. Very modern, nice, feminine fragrance. This is super sweet. This is a very sugary, sweet, kind of dessert-esque sort of fragrance. It has some praline, it has some vanilla, some fruit notes. I mean, this is one of the most feminine fragrances I have come across, and it's also a very playful fragrance. It's kind of light and bubbly and fun. So definitely, if you think that kind of tone would be a good option, you might as well get this. This is definitely a very girlish, very fun sort of fragrance. And it lasts a really long time. You wouldn't expect it to, but I would say it lasts 7 to 8 hours. Really great longevity, great projection. It is very noticeable and very, very nice, very smooth. Then if you want to try something that's a little bit less girlish and instead more intense, but still very feminine, you could go for Black Opium. So this is very strong, very sweet, sugary sweet, and it does kind of have a reputation for being a party clubbing fragrance, but I would argue it's just in general good for cold weather, and of course autumn and winter pretty much being here. This is a really good option. It has some very unique notes of black coffee, orange blossom. There's some wood notes thrown in there, some very strong and delicious vanilla notes. This is super feminine, a little bit heavier than La Vie est Belle, and just really nice. Again, one of those fragrances that will probably last around 7 to 8 hours. I mean, you can't really forget this fragrance once you smell it. It is very unique, kind of unforgettable, intense, and just performs well in general. This is definitely just a good option all around, especially for those who enjoy sweeter sort of fragrances, because similar to La Vie est Belle, this is pretty sweet. Just a little bit more intense, a little bit heavier, with some additional notes. Then, if you're thinking maybe you should get something a little on the lighter side, but still a little bit warm and cozy, and elegant especially, I would say Musk Therapy from Initio. So this has gained some traction in recent times. It is a very, very attractive fragrance, very feminine. It is pretty much a musk fragrance, as you can expect from the title, Musk Therapy, but it's definitely a different type of musk than what you might expect. Musk is usually very strong, kind of in your face, animalistic. This is a very light musk, very soft, very smooth. Longevity has to suffer a little bit because of how light it is, so I would say maybe more around 4 hours of longevity, but it has a really, really wonderful, delicate warmth to it because of how light that musk is. It's almost kind of like a fluffy linen, this like kind of fresh, warm laundry, kind of along those lines. So this is a very, this is even a good bedtime scent, just kind of a cozy scent for, the colder weather. Very pleasant, very kind of elegant femininity here. So you can't really go wrong with this. It is a really good option. Just in general, you don't really have to think about it. You just know it's good. The majority of people will enjoy this. Then, if you are looking for something, maybe a little more formal or for maybe evening occasions, like going on a date, going to dinner, going, somewhere nice, I would say that Oud Satin Mood is a really, really good option. So this is more expensive on the price point, but I would say this is worth it. This is one of my personal favorite fragrances as well. It has an amazing mixture of oud, which is of course a musky, warm wood note, mixed with Turkish rose. And the mixture there is phenomenal because this is a little bit more of a again, formal, a little bit more serious, sophisticated fragrance. This is definitely something a person would want to wear at a more, formal occasion, more luxurious occasion. This is super, super delicious. The mixture of the rose, which of course is a little bit sweet, then mixing with that heavier oud note, which is a little bit musky, perfect balance. It is pretty much in perfect harmony, and it has a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of muskiness, and also great longevity. I would say around 8-ish hours. Besides the fact that it's kind of a heavier fragrance, it's not in your face. It's not like trying to show off. It's just smooth, very elegant, and kind of an unforgettable fragrance. Especially since it's more on the niche side of things. When a person wears this, they really stand out because, most people are going to be wearing the mainstream things, but this is anything but mainstream. Then, the next one, I have to mention it because it is the #1 best-selling fragrance in the world, and people like it for a reason, and that is number 5. So, watch out, because some people do not like this because they think it reminds them of their grandmother or something, or they just have bad memories with it. But the majority of people do really, really enjoy this. So the thing about number 5, it came out in the 1920s, so it is more of a vintage option, but it still works really, really well today. It is a floral fragrance, but it is made much more interesting by its base notes, which are mainly oak moss, sandalwood, some amber, some musk. Definitely on the heavier side of floral fragrances. It's not your typical sweet, light fragrance. It's actually a little bit on the heavier side. And not too sweet. Of course, you do have some of the natural sweetness of the florals, but you do get also quite a bit of the heavier musk, the wood notes, the amber. But this is an extremely elegant option. I mean, for decades, since it came out, it has been associated with feminine luxury, sophistication, and elegance. This is also very versatile, good for the daytime, the evening, summertime, wintertime. This is kind of the go-to for, if you don't know what to pick, just pick this, because 99% of the time it's going to work out. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong with this. And also, great longevity. Again, I would say 7 to 8 hours. Really, really nice, especially the Eau de Parfum, which is, stronger than average. So, those are the main options that I have on this list for this fragrance gift guide for women. So, hopefully you found this helpful. Of course, if you have any questions or opinions, you can leave those down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.